The ninja. Enter the ninja.
Well, that got real redundant real fast. Motherfucking ninjas. They're pretty much the shit. At least I and about a billion other people think so, anyway. Widely recognized in pop culture and have a genuinely badass history. They were highly skilled assassins of feudal Japan, trained in deadly combat with swords, knives, and various other deadly weapons, including bone-shattering martial arts and, of course, ghost-like stealth. They had a strong code of honor, much like the samurai did, but what's interesting about the ninja is that most were just peasants and farmers recruited as mercenaries. And as you may have guessed, I had kind of an obsession with ninjas when I was a kid. I still probably do, but that's up for debate. Thanks to the Canon Group, I got full-blown ninja fever with the excellent Enter the Ninja, starring Franco Nero, an exploitation-style ninjutsu flick with tons of action, and still a personal favorite of mine in the martial arts genre. Of course, I also had the Shinobi games on Genesis, Ninja Gaiden on the NES, Ninja Warriors on SNES, and countless other ninja movies: Revenge of the Ninja, Ninja 3, 9 Deaths of a Ninja, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the American Ninja series.
Only a ninja can defeat a ninja. Ninja, 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 ninja.
Ninjas. All day, every day. So imagine my delight when I stumbled on the 1983 ridiculously expletive ninja flick, A Life of Ninja. A film that clearly would have enriched my childhood with knowledge of ninjutsu that I could never hope to imagine at that time. I mean, for one, this isn't just a film about ninjas, it's about the life of ninja. Clearly a genuine true blue look at the day in the life of what being a ninja is all about. In all honesty, this movie is fucking stupid. I mean, it's bad. So bad that it's so goddamn good. This movie is so bad that it almost feels like a parody at times, but I get the distinct feeling that they kinda did actually try to make it awesome, but Jesus, where do I start? I mean, I'm kind of at a crossroads here. Do I cover a bunch of the movie, or do I just highlight a few hilarious aspects of the film and leave it at that? Strap in, folks. You're gonna be here for at least 10 minutes. Let's go with a brief rundown of the story first, or lack thereof. From what I could gather, the plot of Life of a Ninja is about this lady named Shimei, whose father died, and in his will split the inheritance of a family business between her and her boozer sister, who's married to some womanizing office manager jerk. Shimei fears that Chao, her sister's jerk-off husband, is going to absorb the family company and leave her and her sister out of the inheritance. Ninjas. All day, every day? Now, don't be afraid. There are ninjas in this movie, but not so much in the way that the title would lead you to believe. I personally would have loved to have seen a ninja mockumentary, or something in the way of Rocky, where an underdog and or down-and-out retired ninja fights to reclaim his honor, or some other plot that's a lot more fun than the one in this film. Ninjas are tied into the plot through a couple of things. Shimei is a practitioner of martial arts, and she falls for Han Wei, a martial arts master that knows a lot about ninjas, and is revealed to be a sort of ninja himself through his backstory. Well, there's a little more to it than that, and there are elements that make Han Wei kind of a loathsome and misogynistic character. Okay, so Shimei goes to Han Wei's school. Dead set to learn there, she boasts about being taught at like 5 other martial arts academies, but Han Wei's like, psh, I don't teach chicks. Chicks can't fight and shit. Then she hands a whooping to a bunch of his students and even almost bests him in combat. Through this, he finally says some nonsense about how they can be friends, and friends of his are allowed in the school. They end up fucking, blah blah blah, third act, heterosexual lead sex. You know the drill. In the meantime, Mr. Chow feels as though he's being targeted for termination. People that work for him and that just associate with him, like club sluts that he bangs and forgets about, are being iced by ninjas. And it's worthy enough to note that this is one of the rare times that I get to use iced as a slang for killed and have it be actually literal. A ninja kills this chick psycho style using a fucking icicle, which I suppose is actually pretty ingenious. It's not like there'd be any way to trace the weapon. It melted inside the victim. But remember, this movie is stupid. Really stupid. Allow me to take you on a guided journey into just how truly stupid it is. Let's start out with the opening 5 minutes of the film, shall we? A Life of Ninja begins with an inside look into the vigorous training that a ninja must go through. These things include being dipped in and out of water while being scantily clad, doing gymnastics, and the deadliest one of all, mud wrestling. Shit, the mud wrestling is almost more than half of the opening. It's literally just two chicks in their undergarments rolling around in very chocolatey looking mud to the theme from Rocky 2? I've got to be hearing things. It's probably just a very rocky sounding song. Wait, why am I even doubting this? This is one of the most blatant pieces of exploitation I've ever reviewed on this show. Of course it's the theme from Rocky 2. The film also features music from Taxi Driver and The Road Warrior. So naturally, I'm wondering what that mud wrestling scene would look like using themes from other classic movies like The Terminator. Hey, that was pretty fun. Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Okay, one more and then we're moving on. How about Highlander? Alright, I think that'll suffice. The ninjas in this movie are Hands of Steel. Ah, fuck you, it's a classic. The ninjas in this movie are dumbasses. I think they honestly surpass the Godfrey Ho tier of wearing brightly colored suits and equally bright headbands that advertise them for all to see. These ninjas are a new brand of ultimate stupidity that contradicts what they're supposed to fucking be. Take, for instance, one of the ultimate traits of a ninja is being super stealthy. Most importantly, your target shouldn't know that you're a ninja or that you operate out of a whole clan of ninjas. When Mr. Chow is targeted, he is warned multiple times that ninjas, specifically ninjas, are out to kill him. The icicle victim was the message to him, which at first glance is an ingenious way to kill somebody, but we learn from the coroner that whatever was used to kill the woman was also poisoned. Poisoned with a chemical known specifically to be used by ninjas. The doc was able to find that out, so there's strike one. Strike two. When Chow enlists the help of misogynistic martial arts master Han Wei, the ninjas advertise themselves even further, this time literally sending a ninja business card to Chow. It's literally some piece of cardstock with the logo on it, which Han interprets as a death threat. Ninjas, masters of stealth that move like the wind. Here's my card. There's also other ninja warnings of death, like leaving a snake in your kitchen. If you find a snake in your kitchen, a ninja probably wants to kill you, yo. I've gotta wonder, just how many warnings did Icicle's stab victim get before the ninjas finally decided to do her in? Maybe that's just how they operate. They unload so many death threats that it just starts coming across as harmless trolling. And then wham! Ninja'd. Now it's probably sounding like I'm tearing this flick a new asshole, but I'm really not. Yes, it's bad, but it's so stupidly over the top that it's really hard not to love it. Aside from the hilarity of the ninjas that don't know how to be ninjas, the fight scenes are great. This movie has some pretty solid fight choreography and uses it as often as possible. The thing about this film is that it doesn't break the cardinal rule. It does not get boring. Plenty of goofy shit happens, and there's plenty of action. There's also an attempt made at a twist ending. The general plot is uncovering why ninjas would want to kill Chow. There's this whole investigation and shit, but it ends up being Shimei, the chick that's openly mad at Chow for being a piece of shit and taking ninjutsu in her spare time. It's one of the most telegraphed endings ever, and that makes it pretty fucking funny. Han Wei is for some reason genuinely shocked that Shimei ends up being in charge of the hit, even though she openly admits to him and to the police several times that she's totally into the idea of killing Chow because he was a big meanie to her and her sister and wants to take their father's company or something. To the film's credit, I suppose they do try to make her sort of look like she might not actually be a stone-cold killer ninja. There's a scene where this ninja chick with like glowy-eyed hypnotism powers turns Shimei evil, so she goes after Hanwei in the shower with a hacksaw. Hanwei is kind of stupid for a ninja. Then again, all the ninjas are Nimrods in this film. And why the fuck would they hypnotize and poison Shimei to try and get her to kill Han if she was in charge all along? Couldn't she have just killed him while they were fucking, single white female style? It kind of feels like they attempted to incorporate some film noir elements into the story, which, given that it's a ninja flick, just adds to the flavor of charming hilarity. I mean, you've got Hanwei, who when it all comes down to it, works as the basic womanizing private detective, and Shimei is the femme fatale. A Life of Ninja is not just any martial arts film. It's exploitation to its very definition, stolen music, gratuitous violence and nudity, with a larger-than-life plot, mishmashing different genres. A Life of Ninja was directed by So-Nam Lee, who made a whole bunch of random martial arts flicks from 1969 to 1989. Who can forget classics like Black Belt Jones 2, Shaolin vs. Llama, and the Bruce Lee exploitation epic Exit the Dragon, Enter the Tiger, starring Bruce Lee. Only two of the actors in Life of Ninja are credited as characters, Yasuaki Kurata as the ninja leader, and Quan Tai Chen as Mr. Chow. This Bane status Hulkbuster motherfucker of a ninja is, according to the film's trailer, World Wrestling Champion Wong Ki Mi. I don't know anything else about him other than that. Though being a sucker for pro wrestling, I found him to be one of the film's highlights. They have him do some crazy shit like stop a moving car and then kill a man with a car. Like, not driving it, but like folding it down with his bare hands and crushing some poor bastard. And the fight he has with Hanwei is cool as shit. They have an all-out wrestling brawl in some abandoned building, and Bane Ninja's fucking body slamming Han all over the clearly not padded floor. It's intense. So that's A Life of Ninja, and do I recommend it? Well, I think that goes without saying. It's an exploitation film about ninjas. Turn it on, turn your brain off, and laugh your ass off. Thanks for watching, take care, and Team America World Police!
America!